Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back. If you're returning, it's Fiery Moon, and I'm here to do the general collective full moon reading. This is going to be for the full moon in Sagittarius that is taking place on June 11th at 3, I believe it's 3:44 a.m. I think it happens at about 18 degrees. As I'm recording this, it is June 10th. The moon is already in Gemini. We also have had Mercury move into Cancer, as well as Jupiter. I'm going to be starting out with the Black Moon astrology deck, and then I'll just be using the Universal Weight Tarot to break it down. So let's jump right on in and see what messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, acceptance, understanding, as well as protection that we need as it pertains to the collective and the energy surrounding this full moon in Sagittarius. You know, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. It is mutable fire. It deals with, expansion, spirituality, growth. And tarot, it's looked at as the wheel of fortune, and temperance is, at least for the major arcanas. But yeah, let's see what the full moon has in store for us. I would definitely check your houses to see where Sag is, and then that way you could discern where this energy may be playing out for you. I get one more. Let's see. Ooh, bottom of the deck we have Mercury, the mind. Which I said, like, this Mercury just moved into Cancer. So, Mercury is the planet of how we think, analyze, communicate. And with it being in Cancer, Cancer is cardinal water. So, Cancer deals with the emotions, the feelings, it deals with home and, privacy, but it's also an energy of like care and nurture. And, Cancer is looked at as the mother of the zodiac. It's very initiative because it's cardinal. But with Mercury, the mind here, it makes me feel like, for some of you, especially coupled with, we have Jupiter return, which is benefits. And then we also have Jupiter, which is abundance. So Jupiter energy is definitely strong in this reading. But it's almost like, some of you could be, possibly having your Jupiter return. You could have Jupiter in Cancer during this time. But some of you, it's almost like I'm almost getting like the energy of like, how can I say this? Like, it's almost like giving me like a reaping what you've sown with Mercury here. Like the things that you focused on, or the things that you think that you've thought about or think about, it's almost like they're starting to come in, because thinking is how we manifest. Thinking is how we bring things into our reality. And with both of these planets being in Cancer right now, it makes me feel like how can I say this? Like, I guess the best way is just like saying, like, you know, seeing, it almost makes me want to say what you believe, seeing the reality of your beliefs, how your beliefs for some of you have, you know, have or will benefit you in some way. Um, yeah. For some of you, I feel like you're being seen by others as, you know, like, because I just can see like a ball of energy just getting bigger, like expanding. Um, and it almost makes me feel like with this void of course moon, the missing, it makes me feel like if this is how you're being seen by others, um, or like you're like someone is thinking about you, or even you them, it's almost like with the void of course people are like wondering, like I almost want to say like where you at, like wasn't that a cell phone slogan for Boost Mobile, I believe? Where you at? I feel that energy, like, but it feels like you're, if this is how someone is looking at you, it almost feels like you're right there but you're out of reach. That's what it makes me want to say. Almost as if like some like they can't connect with you, or there is some type of disconnect between you and this energy. And because I'm hearing Mary J. Blige, searching. Huh. Yeah, and then also for some of you, like I feel like the way that you use your Mercury energy, almost like like I feel like you're being, because they're showing me like someone like picking up a baby and setting it on like something that's higher than them. Like it almost feels like you're being, like you're on another level. Hmm. Let's see what comes up. What's going on, Spirit? What's the overall energy for this full moon and Sag for the collective? Yeah, look, we have Grand Trine energy, which we will have a Grand Trine. We have between the moon, Mars, Saturn, and Aries with this energy here. And I want to say that came out in the last reading, like some type of, yeah, trine energy. Then we have the 11th house, which is friends. I feel like something is aligning. Ooh, and it's in the physical. We have the earth element stability, where, you know, you could, this full moon could be, you know, showing you or even expanding your social circle, your, you know, your 11th house, which is the house of, you know, associations, friends, you know, but that can extend to like co-workers. But I feel like something's growing. It almost feels like kind of soul tribe-ish. Because then up under that we have a grand cross with the 7th house And then we have Sagittarius, I see. And that makes me feel like, yeah, for some of you, this is almost giving me like the energy of whoever you may be, you know, aligning or collaborating with. It's almost like you get the best of both worlds with this person or them, you. Or it's going to, like, how can I say, enhance your seventh house, which is, you know, the house of partners and relationships. And I feel like it's this energy that's almost like, it feels very cardinal, that's almost like initiating this process for you. Let's get another one. Oh, way too many. Get another one, please, Spirit. And another one for the collective as it pertains to this full moon in Sag. What's going on? Look. We have Cancer, I feel. Then we have the fifth house, which says creativity. Which is Leo energy. Right now, the only Leo energy we have out here is Mars. Which is the masculine energy. And it makes me feel like, especially with the Cancer, I feel like for some of you, yeah, look at this fire. I told y'all there's a fire trine that is, that we will be in as well, coupled with this full moon. But it feels like, for some of you, you know, the fifth house is, you know, the house of creativity. It's the house of expression. It's you know, it's ruled by Leo, the fifth house, and it feels like for some of you, because all of this energy down here feels very masculine. I'll say that. Just because of the fire that's here. And I feel like this Grand Trine and Blessings is the more feminine energy, where there could be, you could be the masculine or the feminine. It really doesn't matter. Just, you know, take what resonates. But it feels like, you can feel this energy coming towards you. It feels like there is a masculine that may even be ready to, you know, express, or even like, I feel like the energy of like almost the Chariot wanting to come forth, especially with the North Node, life's purpose here. Going towards their North Node energy. And right now we have the North Node in Pisces. And now there could be even a slight water trine as well with this Cancer, the North Node, and we have Lilith and Scorpio as well. because it feels like what I'm hearing is like when water meets fire. It could either be, very steamy, or it can be, explosive in a way, because fire boils water, but water puts out fire. So it could go either way, but it feels like there's a perfect, like just a perfect amount of both. That's what I feel. And if this is like a masculine energy coming towards you with Aquarius, I know, and Taurus, I have, someone is like seeing the value of what it would be to, come towards you or to collaborate with you. Can I get one more? As it pertains to this full moon in Sagittarius. That's too many. Can I get one, please? Because now I'm feeling like the energy of like travel and or movement, which Sagittarius energy does deal with, traveling. So whether you're traveling or someone could be traveling towards you, I feel that. Can I get one more, please? Still gave us two more. So yep, we have the air element, which is communicating. And then we have Virgo. I analyze, yeah. And remember, Virgo's in the South Node. So what this makes me feel like is, for some of you, you could be like, or this could be the time for you to express how you feel, whether you're doing it to someone or someone is, expressing how they feel to you. Because it's almost like they've had, like, I don't know if there's been a time gap or whatever the case may be, but it's almost like someone has some time to think about, whatever this dynamic is for you. Because Virgo is the South Node. So, the South Node is where you've been, and the North Node is where you're going. So it makes me feel like, and remember, we are still in Gemini season, where, Gemini deals with, communication, analyzing, and thinking, both ruled by Mercury, Virgo, and Gemini. But with it being in Cancer, it's almost like, because I keep hearing like thoughts become things. So it's almost like there's the energy is almost like can be utilized in a way to like express yourself. Yeah, because someone could be, thinking about how they may have even communicated with you in the past. But I almost feel like you are like, what's the word? Like almost in a way, like it almost just feels like an energy of taking it in. I honestly feel like you're not saying anything. You see how she's looking on this card? Like yeah, I hear you. Because, and I only say that because look how this, she's looking at the communication. That's why I say I feel like past communication could be a thing. I'm almost getting the energy of something that someone said in the past. They didn't actually feel that way. Yep, look. I can't make this shit up. South Node, life's depths. Yep, and Mars. So this could definitely be a masculine energy that is looking back on the way that they communicated to a feminine, and almost in a way look, it's almost like they weren't honest with what they felt, or they probably, or maybe didn't honestly communicate. Because then we have South Node, Mars, which is force, and then we have the third house, which is messages, which is Gemini, third house energy. And like I said, it's ruled by Mercury. This person could, especially want to reach out and communicate now under this full moon. But it's almost like someone is seeing where they messed up. And either how they communicated, what they communicated, it's almost like now it's almost like this person, if they communicated in a way in the past that was inconsiderate of you, it's like now they want to consider you. I don't know. Or now they want to be considerate of the way you feel, or maybe the way that they communicated, that the way that it made you feel. Or like I said, this could be you in regards to someone else. But it's almost like you guys know full moons illuminate and release. They shine light on what's hidden, and it almost makes me feel like and like I said that energy before of seeing, and seeing what you think. Because Gemini's I think, Sagittarius is I see. Someone is seeing either, maybe they had the wrong idea about you, or, they but it's almost like what they seen, what they thought is not aligning with what they are seeing. But for you, it's almost like what you're thinking, you're seeing for yourself. So, bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups, which speaks to, you know, connections. No matter what caliber, it doesn't always have to be romantic. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is this Virgo, I analyze energy. Under that, we have the Eight of Cups with the Star and the Four of Wands. So this makes me feel like, for some of you, like I said, someone could be, you know, it doesn't feel like there's an over-analyzation, but it just feels like someone is looking back on, like, what they should have invested, what they invested into a connection. It almost makes me feel like, and I don't think I've ever seen the Seven of Pentacles like this, some of them is looking at the value of this connection, but realizing like they really didn't put in on this. Like, that's what it makes me want to say. They didn't put, this is what they gave. They gave that, like, Page of Pentacles energy. Because there it is right here. It's almost like now someone sees the value and what could have been, and, you know, aligning and actually working towards and putting in the work towards a connection. With the Eight of Cups, you know, that's an energy of, you know, walking away from what no longer emotionally serves, you know, someone. And in between this 2 and the 8 is the Six of Cups. So it makes me feel like, yeah, like the Six of Cups could represent the past. It represents, you know, it could represent patterns. And this could be a pattern of this person where they don't fully invest. Because it's almost like, it's like, well, look at all of these pentacles. Look at, there's 6 pentacles over here. Like this person or you, how they're seeing you is just like, yeah, I really don't, like, why, like, I really don't have to do, like, put in anything. But it's like, but yes, you do. Like, because I'm feeling like a very stingy energy. And for some of you, they're seeing that, like, the way that they see things, it comes from, like, their past, you know, experiences or relationships or partnerships, whatever it is, it comes from that. And it's almost like they're seeing how this behavior doesn't serve them. So it's like now they want to come towards this, you know, the Star and the Four of Wands. Someone like I still feel that energy of searching, which the Star, it could be, you know, the feminine energy, or it could be, you know, an energy of hope and healing. But it's like now this person wants to go in the direction of the Star and the Four of Wands, because they're realizing that this cycle of being a Page of Pentacles needs to close. It's done. It's what actually kept them, you know, stuck with the Four of Wands and the Hangman. And also, like, from maturing, it makes me feel like with this Knight of Pentacles. Can I get one for Grand Trine? Blessing. Yeah, we have the Five of Wands and the Tower coming out. the Page of Cups at the bottom. Yeah, it feels like something is being like, and I don't even feel like this is yours if you're resonating as like the watcher, but it feels like some inner turmoil is like being broken down, is the best way that I could say it. Like the struggle is over. That's what it makes me want to say. The struggle is over. If this is you, it almost feels like whatever you've been, I don't even feel like this conflict is yours. I feel like this is like outside energy that, because the Five of Wands is a card of drama, of, creating chaos and conflict. I feel like that, especially coming out with the Tower, that chaos and conflict that you may have been feeling from, outside energies, is being done away with. It's almost like I feel like the energy of like it can't touch you. And if this is in regards to like another person, yeah, it's almost like they're, whatever, it almost feels like whatever gripes or squabbles like they either have within themselves or they could have possibly had with you. It's causing this tower for them. It's like, and I hate to say it like this, but it's almost like this tower is blessing you, and like in a way, like hitting others outside energies that may have tried to, cause this. Like the only word I can think of is drama in your life. And it's almost like you may even can feel it with this Cancer I feel, but with the High Priestess coming out here, it's like, but like I said, you're quiet, you're not saying nothing, like, and this could even be energy that's going on around you, and I almost feel like you're protected from it, like you're focused on you, and with this Eight of Pentacles, yep, creating a new beginning for yourself, staying like almost with the Four of Pentacles out the way, and it's almost like letting people do them. Like it don't have nothing to do with you. Can I get one for the air element? This is just like you sitting back and letting people, see and do whatever it is they're doing for themselves. Letting them see the reality of their situation. Yeah. We have the moon coming out, which is Cancer energy for the air element. Yeah. And I feel like for some of you, this could be hidden feelings, like I said before, being expressed. Because I almost feel like if you're a feminine energy, I feel like you're in a bubble. And that's probably why they showed me that ball of energy just getting, bigger. Like, because it's repelling any energy that's not on your frequency. Like, because I really feel like an energy of like people on the outside, or energies outside of you, like trying to look in. But with the moon, that could be fear as well as illusions, but it's also a card of hidden feelings. Can I get one for Virgo? I analyze. Where are we at? Virgo, I analyze. So then we have a King of Swords and the Strength card. So this is the masculine energy. With the strength card, it makes me feel like, yeah, someone is like I said, either realizing or analyzing like where it's almost like a control thing with the strength card. Because normally I feel the strength card as, you know, having strength, having courage, being, you know, determined. But it's also like someone who like utilizes control in a way that is like, to me it almost feels like it's detrimental, because it's almost like you can't stop a lion from roaring. So why would you even try? Why would you, whether you're trying to do that to other people, or it's almost like this masculine energy could have even communicated in a way where they like had to maintain the upper hand, and coming out with this Virgo I analyzed, they're seeing how that was like a controlled tactic in a way, just to stay like in this, I don't know, like a seeming like almost prestigious position. What's at the bottom? Yeah, the star. And for some of them, even seeing that it needs to be healed, that's something in them that they need to work on. It could be like part of their shadow aspects, like what they try to keep hidden. But it's almost like if you're feminine energy, whether this person says it or not, you know. It's the high priestess. This is your realm. You're comfortable with the moon. And you're also comfortable expressing yourself. And like I said, that healing, look what was behind it. The Three of Swords. Yeah. And then here goes that analyzing energy. Like I said. Can I get one for the Five of Wands and the Tower? Yep, I knew it. I freaking knew it. We have the King of Wands. Someone is this masculine energy could also be seeing how either them being at war with themselves cost them this Ace of Pentacles, a new start. You know, the Ace of Pentacles is often looked at as like a blessing. You know, it's an opportunity. It could be, you know, something monetarily, you know, coming in, a fresh start, a clean slate. And this masculine is looking at it like they created this. Can I get another one for the Five of Wands and the Tower? Yep, we have the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Yep. Sabotage themselves right out of it. Or lied, cheated, stole, whatever the case may be. But it almost feels like this is what's being exposed. I really like how they didn't, here's that Six of Pentacles. How they didn't give or invest in the situation. And it's almost like it didn't turn out as they expected with the Three of Wands. This is what they, and being in this energy and realize what they were doing, it's almost like they were doing whatever they were doing. It was like it's almost like an energy of thinking that they weren't going to get caught. But it's almost like they tricked themselves. Because then with the Three of Wands and what they were expecting to get, they didn't get. They actually got the Nine of Swords. And it's almost like Spirit is highlighting, yeah, them as a King of Cups. Because it's like Spirit is showing them like you did, like it's almost like emotional healing that this person needed. Can I get one for the High Priestess? Oh. Hold on, y'all. The High Priestess. And we have the Devil coming out, yeah. So it's almost like, yeah, this feminine energy can almost like it's almost like their radar is up to this kind of energy now. Anything that's toxic, unhealthy, very limiting, confining, they are aware of this Devil energy. It's almost like they can feel it, they can see it, like identify it, and they don't even have to say anything. It's almost like they can see this energy like outside of them. Can I get another one for the Devil? Too many. The Devil, please. It's almost like they knew that this masculine was in this energy. Yep. Page of Swords, yep. So they left it. They left this situation. They got on. They, like it's like with the Six of Wands to the Nine of Wands, this is the Three of Wands. And it's almost like the way that this person was behaving, it's like they see it or they seen it from like a mile away and avoided it. Like, nah, I don't participate in this like that. Shit like this, nah. This feminine energy is actually free from this, so that they can actually they're in a position, so much so, like I said, they can see it, they can sense it, they can feel it. They don't need to physically see it. It's almost like they intuit it. Give me one more. Because they're not stuck. They're almost very free. Yep. So justice is here. And it's like, nah. It almost feels like Spirit is blocking this energy from, like I said, I felt like this feminine energy is in a bubble. And it's almost like, yeah, Spirit is like, nope. You're going in a whole different direction with the Eight of Wands. And for some of these, for this masculine energy, yeah, they were tied to very, it could be another person, place, or thing, but they were like connected to or even stuck in this energy. Could have been, built off of desires or lust, or, just even a form of escapism with the Seven of Swords here. And they're seeing what this high priestess already knew. And the right thing for them to do with justice here would be to move forward. It's almost like, I'm getting the energy of like how they say, like, sometimes you have to speak things so they no longer have power over you. This is almost like what I'm feeling this masculine is going to have to do, because the Page of Swords is a card of observation, but it's also a card of communication. Can I get one for the moon? The moon. Why is the moon here? The moon. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles. And it's almost like, yeah, this is what this person was investing their time and energy into, this devil energy, and like almost like they had it to give to this devil energy, whatever it may be. But it's like I don't know. Like, it just makes me feel like the energy of lying. Like saying they didn't have something, but they actually did. They just weren't like giving it or investing it with you. Like almost trying to make you feel as if like you weren't worth investing in. And even if that was just communication, like it's almost like someone who didn't want to talk to you but would talk to everybody else. Like, what? And that's what's being exposed. And some of you are seeing, like with this full moon, with the sun being here, like, yeah, you've seen it for what it is. So now it's like you're headed in a new direction with the Wheel of Fortune. This is your, it's almost like this was a blessing in disguise. And it's almost like now this person wants to double back, come in as the Knight of Swords, because it's almost like they can see or they can feel you going. But it's like, oh, you didn't want to talk to me then. Why you want to talk to me now? Nah. Don't try to block my blessing. Can I get another one for the moon? Because that's what it feels like. Like, nope. Too many. Can I get one more for the moon? Yep. I feel like saying, get out of my face. That's what it makes me feel like saying. So it's like almost where this person could have rejected you. It's like almost now they're like afraid of you rejecting them. Like, no, what? That's what I feel like doing. Because they use, like, there's like, I feel like the energy of like using like tactics like that were unnecessary. Can I get one for the King of Swords and the Strength? Too many. The King of Swords and the Strength card. Yeah. So like I said, it's like now they want to talk. Now they want to release control. They don't want to be in control no more. They don't, oh, now you don't want the control when you was trying to control it. Nah. Forgive me, y'all, but this is funny, like, because it's like, who do you think you are? Now they want to come in and, like, be all, now they're ready to be honest and genuine and actually communicate. Nah. Look at you. You're that Nine of Pentacles. Like, nope, I'm chilling. Because now what do they want to say? Oh, the Two of Cups. Now you want to say that. Now you want to talk about the connection. Now you want to talk about, like, it almost feels like what was or what could have been. No, absolutely not. Then we have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, it's still dealing with what this person dealt with in the past. I feel like saying, you know, too bad, so sad. Like, what else is there to say? It's almost like now this person even wants to, like, fight for this connection. By being honest. Now you should have did that from the jump. Because it's almost like they're seeing, like, how strong you are and how you were able to walk away. And what a lot of people don't realize is, like, when you're strong enough to walk away and leave someone, like, because you know, or you can feel that, you know, something is off or something's not right, or you're, you know, you're not being valued in the way that you're valuing this other person, you, like, that can trip people up and be like, how was they able to walk away from me? Or nah, because, like, who got time for this? Give me one for this King of Swords. We have the World coming out. Yeah. With the Five of Cups at the bottom. Yep. And it's because of the Six of Cups. Yeah. This person let their past get in their way, and it caused something that could have been potentially, like, very beneficial for both sides to end up like this. I mean, I guess I can say, like, I give them it for, you know, finally coming to realize that they can't continue this cycle. But it almost feels like it's too late. Give me another one for the King of Swords. Realizing, because, you know, the world is fixed energy. Yeah. The Nine of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Yeah, they didn't want to face the reality. They wanted to, like, you know how they say it pays the cost to be the boss? Yeah. They didn't want to face the reality. They tried to act like they were this, you know, almost upstanding, very, you know, grounded, masculine energy when they were using, like, their logic and it's almost like this person was using their intelligence for the wrong shit and trying to act like they didn't see it, or trying to say, like, this person would be like, you know, or, like, it's almost like a narrative this person had, like, as a way of, or even one of their tactics could have been, like, acting like they don't know what they're doing. So, like, they can almost always say, well, everybody always leaves me anyway. No, there's a reason why people walk away from you. People don't just walk away from you if you're actually being a good person. Like, nah, you thought you were going to get, like, that's what it feels like. Somebody felt like they were going to get over on another person, or they could have done this to multiple people. And it's like, nah, that shit catches up to you. When really they were lying to themselves, because the 2 to the 9 is that Seven of Swords. They knew what they were doing. Yeah. But yeah, it feels like you know, I guess this, whoever this is, and it could be you, like, it really don't matter who it is. It's just like people really think that they can continue to keep doing stuff and getting away with it. Nah. And like I said, if you were, you know, it's almost like they're realizing the strength you had to walk away. Like, you're not gonna fight. Like, no, if this is who you want to be, that don't mean I gotta be a part of it with you. But can I get one for the strength and the Eight of Wands, and then we'll grab the guidance and advice. The strength and the Eight of Wands. You have the Page of Wands coming out. Yeah, which is a message. And it could be like, oh, this person realizing, like, or even communicating to you, like, I don't know, I feel like the energy of an apology, but a sorry don't mean shit, like, in this situation. It really doesn't. Can I get one? But you're headed in a new direction. That's what it makes me feel like. Yep. And we have the Temperance card coming out. Yeah, I think this person is not, now it's like, now they're ready to, like, exchange with you on an emotional level. But it's like, no. This person, you know, could also be reflecting on how they were indecisive, on whether they wanted to actually, you know, do the work or give the, like, if you got to do all that, then just go. Like, that's what it makes me feel like saying, just go about your way, because it's crazy. Can I get one for this High Priestess? Give me one for this High Priestess. Yeah, this High Priestess is solid. Their foundation is firm. They are, you know, very grounded. Their intuition is, like, almost on point. And it almost feels like with this Four of Wands, like, they're happy. Just, you know, with where they're at right now. And, like, look, here comes this person wanting to come in. For some of you, like, you could feel, like, I've been picking it up, like someone, like, just showing up to your house. For some of you. But it's almost like you know where you stand. That's what that Four of Wands and the High Priestess makes me feel like, yeah. And we have the Five of Cups, yeah. And this person is regretting it because, look at the Ace of Pentacles. You stand on your values, your morals, your integrity. So if you're resonating as this High Priestess energy, it's almost like you're being rewarded for being, like, a stand-up person. Like, it don't cost nothing to be a stand-up person. To be a person of your word. To have your words match your actions. That shit is free. It's easy. And what this person rejected you for, look at this. They don't even have it no more. And it's almost like for some of them, they could have tried to put this connection, like, on the back burner, thinking that it was always going to be there. And that's where a lot of people make mistakes. Like, nah, you're not going to, you know, just come around and think that, oh, when you're ready, people are supposed to be there waiting for you. Like, again, it makes me want to say, like, who do you think you are? The fuck? Guidance and advice, Spirit, as it pertains to this full moon in Sag for the collective. And I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I'm not frustrated, but this type of shit frustrates me because we've all been there, regardless if it was a romantic relationship or friendship. Like, people is on too high of a horse when we're listen, like, it's no need for all of this. Just think about if everybody was just themselves and comfortable within themselves and just do right. Like, you don't like all of this shit is so unnecessary to me. So I get frustrated with it because it's like, you did all of this for what? For what? What did you get? Like, it all seems just like pointless to me anyway. Like, I don't get it. Like, I would never. Like, I don't even have thoughts like this. So to see it, maybe that's why, for me, like, to see this like this is like, why, where does this shit come from? I've never looked at a person and been like, yeah, I need to get them, or I need to control. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, for real. Like, I have never encountered somebody and be like, oh, I can get them to do this, or if I act like this. No, I go into every situation being me. Whoever don't like it, oh well, and whoever love it, we can continue building. But to think that to like, I don't know, like, where people's minds be at to be like, oh yeah, if I don't talk to her, it's gonna make them feel like this, or if I don't talk to him, or if I ignore him. And now you ignoring yourself. You're not talking to yourself. Or knowing, or knowingly or consciously knowing that you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing behind somebody's back. And just because you think that they don't know, or maybe because, like, there may not be, like, no physical tangible proof, that people can't feel the disingenuousness. What? I've had people that have come into my house, and before I even, like, they didn't even make it in. I'll say this because I can't even say they came in. I would go and open the door for them, and as soon as they tried to step in, I'd be like, wherever you just came from, or whatever you got going on, don't come back until you get that shit together, because I can feel it right then and there. Don't come back over here. Nah, I don't know what's on you, or like what's going on, but nah, how about you come back after you get that shit together? But right now, from what I'm feeling off of you, you can't come in here. And they'd be like, yo, yeah, because even if I don't know, I still know. I don't have to know the specifics, but you're coming to me. And the vibe is off. The energy is off. So, and I don't have that because my vibe is fine. So I don't want that in my space. And I don't have a lot of people, I don't have mostly nobody that comes over to my house unless you're somebody that, like, I'm dealing with. Like, even family don't come over here like that. Like, nah, and I don't go to nobody else's house either. Like, last one. Alright, so yeah, bottom of the deck we have the full moon energy, which says surrender to the divine. Then we have up under that a new moon eclipse, which says expect powerful change. And then we have communication is key. And then we have, that's new moon in Gemini. And then we have the new moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. So the next new moon will be in Cancer. And it makes me feel like with this communication is key. Like there's a, like, I don't know if someone, especially with the ruler of Gemini being in Cancer right now, someone is realizing like, yeah, communication is key. And that could be changing for them, where they, you know, could have possibly like, it's almost like someone is being forced to be truthful with themselves and with others. Like, that's all I can say. And there's nothing they can do. They can try to fight it, but trying to fight it is going to cause this tower. And if you're someone that, you know, doesn't have a problem communicating, you know, y'all is good. Like, you know, you're on to the next thing. Straight like that, because the who got, I ain't got the time. But what's the guidance and advice, Spirit? So we have the supermoon. Emotions are running high. And then we have the new moon in Pisces, meditate and contemplate. And that makes me feel like, even though it's the new moon in Pisces energy, the only Pisces energy we have right now is the North Node. And that makes me feel like, you know, yeah, emotions are running high. We have, you know, it's a full moon. But it's also like, they're running so high in a way where someone needs to decide like which way they want to go. You want to continue doing this, or do you want to like grow and elevate yourself? Can I get a black moon for the guidance and advice to go with this super moon? Because it almost makes me want to say like, you can't run from yourself. Can I get one for this super moon? I got one to go along with this super moon energy. Oh. It's almost like, it makes me want to say, because the ninth house escape card tried to flip over, and it's like, yeah, you can't run from yourself, you can't run from your feelings. So we actually have the black moon Lilith mystery card coming out. Yeah, what's hidden eventually, you know, always comes to light. Bottom of the deck, we have Libra, the I balance card. Which that makes me feel like, you know, just, yeah, it's time for people to get right, like, literally. It, you know, Libra, it's also the Justice card in Tarot, and it just makes me feel like, you know, karma in a way. But things being put back into balance. That's what it makes me feel like. Yeah, most certainly. What number is that? 12. This feels like very Scorpio, like with this emotions running high and the black moon Lilith. Because Lilith is, you know, considered the side of the moon that we can't see. So it almost makes me feel like hidden feelings, which is like 8th house energy. Ooh, I don't think I've ever read this card. So it says the Black Moon Lilith Mystery. It says, in revenge and in love, woman is more barbaric than man is. And that's a quote by Friedrich Nietzsche. It says, it is time to be careful. Think of what might manifest over anger, bitterness, or revenge. What you have worked so hard for may collapse. Astrologically, Black Moon Lilith represents soul expansion and cosmical awareness. The forces in aloneness in the path, the force in aloneness in the path of the individual. Black Moon Lilith is a dark goddess. She is a ghost to the moon. As a shift in power and consciousness, she symbolizes destruction before creation. The name Lilith means screech owl or night hag. Lilith is the ancient goddess of mystery and transformation. And that's where Lilith is right now in Scorpio. Oh my God. I just noticed that. I'm sorry, y'all. Lilith is the ancient goddess of mystery and transformation. Stories of Lilith appeared around 5,000 years ago in the era of Sumeria, where she was said to have been the handmaiden to Inanna, the queen of heaven. However, most of us recognize Lilith from the Hebrew myth as the first wife of Adam. Lilith also appears in folklore in medieval Judaism as the rebellious first wife who refused to submit to Adam and, enraged, fled to the Red Sea, an area of mystery and danger. There, Lilith procreated with other spirits, giving birth to demons. Later, Lilith became a succubus, appearing to men at night, sapping their strength and causing wet dreams and impotency. Throughout the ages, Lilith was demonized. She was the first spiritual upstart, but in recent years, her status has changed. Lilith is a feminine force of command and strength. She represents the powers we hold in secret. When this card turns up during a reading, something lurks. Lilith appears as the dark part of the astrological chart. She is our shadow side, the dark face of the moon, where mysteries and the unexplained occurrences lie in wait. This card indicates a call to wildness, even subversion. Lilith is the evocation of what may or may not be there. She can manifest as madness or self-realization. Lilith represents a refusal to submit. So it is not a good time to give in, even when the path seems a rough one. There may be a tendency to isolate and focus on feelings of revenge. The hallmark of Black Moon Lilith energy is muteness and aloneness. Lilith is a subdued power and complicated magnetism. Lilith remains awake while the rest of the world is asleep. She is the dark thoughts that enter our consciousness just before we fall asleep. Black Moon Lilith suggests female rebellion. She can represent an angry mother, an enemy, or an embittered woman, or even a stalker or a scorned woman. You have a feeling you are waiting for something to happen, but you don't have the entire information, so the facts are hidden or mysterious. Something stalks, you feel it, but Lilith is sharp. She knows, she senses, she processes what is there. Because Lilith feels slighted, she can represent a formidable foe or a dangerous enemy. Through Lilith, we discover creativity and the beauty that can exist in the darkness, as long as we keep our own demons in check and under our rule. Yeah. And I feel like this masculine energy is like facing this in their own regard, like, because it feels, like I said, it feels very shadowy. where like the high priestess for the feminine energy, if that's how she's showing up, she's already, I feel like saying she's already done this. Can I get one for Black Moon Lilith? Like faced their shadow. And also integrated it. That's what I'm seeing here with the Four of Wands as well. There's an integration. Can I get one for the Black Moon Lilith? The Black Moon Lilith. Yep. Just like I said, the Empress has surpassed this. The feminine energy, yep. The Empress, the Chariot, and the Six of Wands. So it's almost like there could be masculine energy that's like observing this person, this feminine energy, and seeing that this person embodies both their dark, this feminine energy bodies in both their dark and their light into the Chariot. So it makes me feel like they forged ahead, and it's like it's being recognized and almost like causing this energy. And it doesn't even just have to be to a masculine energy. It's like outside energy. It's causing them to, you know, change their perspective. Because it's almost like, again, with this full moon being IC, they can see it. It's very clear. Wow, I like this. This was great. I love it. So as always, y'all, I thank you all for tuning in with me. I definitely hope that it resonated for some of you. And if not, it just wasn't your story, and that's fine. I hope everyone, you know, is safe and, you know, enjoys this full moon energy. And I will see y'all all on the next one. All right? Later.